he sought me out because he knew I had an appreciation for that kind of thing. You know, when I first started my talk show in the 80s, The Last Resort, I was always keen to, it was kind of at the period when what was then called alternative comedy was coming up. And I liked a lot of that comedy, but I found it slightly disappointing that they were dismissive of the performers that came before. You know, and I'd grown up loving, you know, loving Benny Hill, loving Bob Monkhouse, loving Frankie Howard, loving Terry Scott, you know, and there was a sort of feeling that Terry and June was held up as an example of the worst thing on TV. And actually, sure, it was cozy and it was sweet and it didn't relate to reality much, but it was brilliantly made. And June Whitfield was amazing. Terry Scott was amazing. And I loved that. You know, I loved the two Ronnies. And so I went out of my way to try and have them on as guests as well as the new people. You know, in fact, I'd rather have had them on because they had more to talk about. And I think, and as a result, I became quite friendly with a few of them. I became friendly with Frankie Howard before he died, and Peter Cook I knew well, and you know, a few of the other ones. And I used to have people on. I had Stephen on, I can't remember his second name, who played Blakey and On the Buses. You know, I liked all that stuff, and I can see why it doesn't stand up to, you know, the kind of criticisms that might be leveled against it today. Of course, most of those things were a product of their time, but I grew up loving them, you know, and I didn't want to follow fashion and say this is not good, because I thought it was good still.